Okay, let's get started. So my name is Patricia. Normally this is when I would tell you a little bit about class, but I'll leave it up to a surprise today. What I do want you to know is you need to have a couple of blocks. So I've got some yoga blocks over here, but if you don't have yoga blocks at home, that's totally fine. Grab like a stack of books. Like I've got this thick hardcover book here, and I would actually, it's pretty thin, it's only 1 inch or 2. So I would want to place a couple of books on top of each other and have 2 separate stacks. So it's important today that your blocks can support your body weight. So they want to be pretty sturdy. So not like an empty cardboard box or something. Don't worry about it too much if you can't figure it out, if you don't have that handy. It's really not a big deal. We will get started in a child's pose. So letting your hips sink down towards your heels. If your forehead doesn't comfortably touch the floor here, you could grab one of your books or your blocks and rest your head on that. With your forehead touching the floor, just rock your head side to side, kind of massaging the third eye, the center of the forehead on the mat. And see if you can relax your jaw a little bit more. Softening through the forehead, the eyebrows. And then reach your hands a little bit further forwards. You might even tent the fingertips. Stretching the sides of the waist. On your inhale, reach through your fingers so you could press in your chest down. And then exhale, you'll relax, let it soften. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach the fingers, tent the fingers, stretch the hips back. And exhale, let it soften. 1 more big inhale, reach, stretch, push the belly down. And exhale, let it go. And see if you can relax just a little bit more here. You might close your eyes. Just feeling the presence, the sense of your body in the safety of your own home. In this room, feeling the mat beneath your hands. Just really tuning into your presence in this exact moment. Take a big inhale through your nose. And then sigh out on your exhale. Do that 1 more time. Big inhale, fill up all the way, everything in. And let it go. Drag your hands back and come to sit on your shins. So you could either sit on your shins like so, or if this is uncomfortable, you could grab one of your blocks, sit on it, or if you'd rather sit cross-legged, you could always cross your ankles. I'm gonna move my mat just a little bit closer. It's not so far away. All right, so you're in your seat. On your inhale, cactus your arms. So bend the elbows, reach the hands back. On your exhale, push the forearms together around your spine, tuck your chin to your chest. 2 more like that. Inhale, cactus, lift the heart. Exhale, squeeze the forearms together around. 1 more, inhale, lift. Good, exhale. Inhale, cactus the arms, lift the chest. On your exhale, eagle arms. Right arm goes under the left, right arm goes under. Now, if eagle arms does not work for you, you can always just give yourself a hug, so wrapping the arms around. Otherwise, you're wrapping the forearms. This time, inhale, lift your elbows, lift the chest, and then exhale, round elbows into your belly. 2 more, inhale to lift the elbows up. And exhale, round, think cat pose.
All right, I can see it on my phone.
1 more, inhale, lift the chest, think cow. And exhale,
I'm gonna share the screen. Okay.
Inhale, bust it open, cactus the arms. Exhale, left arm goes underneath, find eagle arms to the away. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, round elbows to your belly. Follow your breath. Inhale, take cow pose, heart lifts. Exhale, take cat, belly pulls in. One more inhale. And exhale. Cactus the arms busted open. Inhale. Exhale, take your hands to the floor. Come to hands and knees, and we'll start moving through a cat-cow. So to your breath, kind of follow that same motion of flexing and arching the spine. Just thinking of waking it up. Maybe nod your head, yes and no. Maybe shake your hips, move your hips a little bit. And think of waking up the breath here. And by the way, this is where you want to hit play on that playlist if you're listening along with me. So hit play and make sure it's not on shuffle. And come back to tabletop. We're gonna add on to our cat-cow a little bit. So on your inhale, dip your belly, open your chest, bend the knees, pull the heels in, point the toes. On your exhale, round for cat pose, push the tops of your feet down, hover the knees. Knees tap down, cow pose, inhale, pull the heels in. Exhale, you round, use the belly to float the knees off the floor. A couple more like that. Tap the knees down, heart opens, heels pull in, so feel the hamstrings engage. Exhale, tops of the feet down, hover the knees. Two more, tap the knees down, inhale, pull the heels in. Exhale, feet down, hover the knees, use the belly. One more round, inhale, pull the heels in. And exhale, round, lift the belly, push the ground away. Then come back to tabletop, center your left hand on the mat, right underneath your nose. Inhale, reach the right arm straight up. Exhale, thread the needle. So right arm threads under the left, and you come onto the right shoulder and the right cheek. And just let yourself relax here. You might crawl the right fingertips further away from you. Any variations you like here, you might crawl the left hand forwards, or you might half bind the left arm, whatever feels good in the moment. You try to keep that steady rhythm in your breath. And take your left hand back on the mat under the shoulder. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Exhale, second side, right hand down, left arm. Inhale, left arm. Good, exhale, thread it under. Thread the needle. So come to rest on the left shoulder. Taking any variations you might wish to take here. Focusing on that steady breath rhythm. Right hand back under your right shoulder, left arm pushes up and open. And exhale, left hand down. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Letting the weight push back into your feet. So think of actively pushing the weight into your heels and out of the shoulders. You should feel a stretch along the backs of your legs and your hamstrings. We're gonna do a few rolls, front to back to plank pose and back to downward dog. So I'll cue you through it. Inhale, lift your heels up, really high, lift your hips, shrug your shoulders up to your ears, and then use your belly to pull yourself forwards to a high plank. So really articulating the rounding movement in the spine. Lift your hips up, shrug your shoulders up to your ears, and let your heels settle to down dog. Two more times. Inhale, hips lift, shrug the shoulders. Exhale, round forwards, plank pose. Lift the hips, use the belly, pull the hips up and back, and then settle into downward dog. Let's do one more. Lift the heels, lift the hips up high, inhale. Exhale, use the belly, pull yourself forwards. Front plank pose, lift your hips up, use the belly, pull yourself up and back, down dog. Let's come forwards to plank, lift the heels, shrug the shoulders, pull the belly forwards, and then tap your knees down or back in the tabletop. You need to pull your hands back a couple inches, and lift the right hip up. Keeping the right knee bent, and then we'll take a few hip circles here in both directions, just opening up the right hip. Lift the right knee up and open, take an inhale. Exhale, right knee taps the outside of the right arm. Good, shoot the right leg out and back. Exhale, knee into your belly, knee into your nose, push the ground away, think cat pose. Send it back, inhale. Exhale again, right knee outside the right tricep. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, pull the knee into your nose, lift the hips up higher if you can, push the ground away, and then step the right foot forwards between your hands. Now we'll need to lengthen our stance, so tuck your left toes, pull the left hip back. And then inhale, sweep your arms up for low lunge. Push into this left shin, almost as though you could lift the left knee, and push into your right heel. Take a breath in. On your breath out, listen, sweep your hands back, lengthen the right leg any amount, so dive forwards. You'll see I have a little bend in my right knee here, just to prevent pulling on the hamstring too much. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, lengthen it back. Reach the heart forwards. One more, inhale. And send it back, exhale. Runner's lunge is your inhale. Crawl your hands forwards, lift the left knee. Step forwards, exhale. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Press through the feet, stand all the way up. Inhale, reach the arms up. Hands to heart center on your exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the waist, fold all the way down. Step your left foot back, take an inhale. Plank pose is your exhale. Shoulders right over the wrists, take an inhale. Tap the knees down. We're back to our tabletop, so you might need to shift your hands back a few inches. Starting on the left side now, lift the left leg up. Knees bend, and then take a few hip circles, moving in both directions a few times. Just thinking of working that left hip open. Lift the left knee up, inhale. Left knee squeezes outside the left arm. Straighten the left leg, inhale. Exhale, knee into the belly, round, think cat pose. Shoot the left leg back, inhale. Left knee bends, squeeze it outside the left arm. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, think knee to nose, pull it in. Can you lift the knee up higher and then step the left foot forwards gently. Tuck the right toes, pull the right knee back, lengthen your stance. Inhale, both arms rise for a low lunge. Get really strong in the legs, so don't just let the hips kind of dump here. Push the right leg down, push the left foot down, and lengthen the sides of your waist. Take a breath in. Breath out, sweep your hands back, lean forwards, lengthen the left leg any amount. Two more, inhale, reach. Exhale, sweep it back. Good, inhale. And last one, exhale. Runner's lunge, bend the left knee, hands to the floor, lift the right knee. Step forwards on your exhale. Halfway lift, flat back, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. On your inhale, stand up, reach the arms up. Hands to heart center, exhale. Release your hands, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold down. Right foot steps back, inhale. Plank pose, plant your palms, step back on your exhale. This time, shift forward, so shoulders shift forwards on your breath in. Breath out, lower halfway, or lower all the way down, all the way onto your belly. Try to resist the floor as you lower. And then drag your fingertips back an inch. Baby cobra, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Reach the heart forwards, little back bend. Exhale, take it down. 2 more times. Inhale, baby cobra, shoulders lower away from the ears. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, little back bend, heart forwards. Get some weight out of your hands, so use more of the strength of your back. And then exhale, let it go. Tuck your toes. Child's pose, push back. Just like we did at the very beginning, on your inhale, reach the hands forward. Stretch, 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 engage. And then exhale, soften. 2 more times. Inhale, push the hands down. And exhale. 1 more inhale to reach. And exhale, relax, let your belly soften. Just pause here for a moment. You might sway your head side to side. And then downward dog, shift forwards, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. We'll do those plank rolls again. This time we're adding a chaturanga. So something important to think of here is that it's your belly, the low belly, that pulls you forwards into your high plank and into your chaturanga. So let's lift the heels, breath in, shrug your shoulders to your ears, start to round forwards, use your belly round all the way to chaturanga, back to a high plank, and then downward facing dog. 2 more times, lift the heels, inhale. Exhale, round forwards, right into chaturanga, back to plank, downward facing dog. Last one, make sure you hug the elbows in, keep them in tight, lift the heels, inhale. Exhale, pull the low belly forwards right into chaturanga. Push up to plank pose. Back to downward facing dog. We'll run through a couple of sun-A's just to continue to warm up the body. Lift your heels, lift your hips, take a breath in. Breath out, bend your knees, look forwards. Get your feet to your hands. You'll step real hop forwards. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. And all the way up, reach your arms up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, breath in. Breath out, plant your palms, step or hop right back to chaturanga. Upward facing dog is your inhale, or a cobra pose. Downward facing dog is your exhale. Again, inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forwards. Get your feet to your hands, hop or step. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Push the feet down, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold, hinge at the waist. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the palms, bend the knees, move to chaturanga. Either you hop back or you step back and lower. Back bend is your breath in. Breath out, use the low belly to lift the hips up and back. Lift the heels, the hips. Exhale, bend the knees, look forwards. Feet to the hands, hop or step. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, fold. Push the feet down, arms rise, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your palms, chaturanga. You'll hop or you'll step right back. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. If you're listening to my playlist, you're probably on Drunken Love right now, which is like one, really love this song, so blast it, turn it up really loud. Let's do 2 more. Lift your heels, your hips. Bend your knees, look forwards. Hop or step. Follow your breath, flat back. Fold. Stand up, sweep up. Dive it down. Half lift. Chaturanga, hop or step. Up dog. Downward dog. 1 more, why not? Lift your heels. Bend your knees. Hop or step. Flat back. Fold forwards. Stand up, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, follow your breath. Back to down dog, either hopping through chaturanga or stepping back. All right, so we're in downward dog. Take an inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it go out your mouth. You can either tap your knees down, take a break in child's pose. If you're really feeling it, you might keep moving. You might keep moving through a couple more sunnies. Maybe a little free flow. Give you a few breaths, about a minute or so. If you're still moving through your sunnies or through a little free flow, you can take your time. We'll meet in a tabletop. So I want to stretch the wrists for a moment. In your tabletop, turn your fingertips around to face your knees. So fingertips face the back of your mat. And to stretch out the backs of the wrists, just start to lean back here. Tuck your toes and lean back. You'll start to notice a lengthening sensation in the forearms. You might even sway side to side a little, maybe pulse it front to back. Just gently get into the hands, the forearms, the wrists. And then to come out, you shift back forwards. And this time we'll flip the palms face up. Now, some of us, this will be really intense. If that's too much for you, you can turn your fingertips to face each other. Otherwise, you've got your fingertips facing your knees, palms are face up, and you lean back. Same thing, tuck your toes, lean back. Maybe shift side to side, maybe shift front to back. And then come back forwards. And before you flip your palms around, make fists a few times. So open and close the fingers. And then let's turn the fingertips to face in if they're not already and make fists. So completely close the wrists and then bend the elbows. So elbows open up east and west, kind of like gorilla arms. Maybe sway a little side to side, front and back. This is the last wrist opener for right now. And then to come out, you'll come forward, sit all the way back. Make like a surfer dude with your hands, surfer dude mudra, and just shake it out. And then make fist. And with the fist, just kind of roll your hands around a few times. Feels a little goofy. Downward facing dog. All right. From your downward dog, lift the right leg up and back on your inhale. Exhale, bend your right knee, open the hips. So really lift the right knee up higher. Point the right toes towards the left side of the mat and just see how much lift and openness you can get in the right hip, the right side body. But notice if you're sinking all the way into the left shoulder. Try to keep the shoulders even if you can. Take a few hip circles here, both directions, opening and closing the right hip. And then let the right knee open, take an inhale. Exhale, right knee outside right tricep, tap it. Shoot the right leg up and back, inhale. Exhale, knee into the chest, knee to nose, shift forwards. Two more, inhale, send it back. Right knee outside right tricep, try to squeeze it in. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, knee into the nose. So think cat pose. You're really pushing your hands down, rounding the spine, and then step the right foot forward between your hands to a runner's lunge. Take a breath in. On your breath out, twist. Right arm goes straight up. Take an inhale here. A little difference. You might need to look up to the screen. You're going to round your right hand. It's like thread the needle. Round the right hand under the right leg. It's like you're going to touch the belly button. I don't know if you can see it. And then lift your hips up. Inhale, back up to your twist. Exhale, round, right arm underneath, tuck your chin to your chest. It's like cat pose. One more, inhale. Exhale, round, lift the hips. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Listen carefully. On your exhale, right hand inside the right foot, left heel spins down, warrior two, left arm lifts you up and open. Good. This is where I fix my hair, fix my pants. Not supposed to, we're supposed to be present in the pose. Reverse it, inhale, go up and back. Side angle, right elbow to your right thigh. Cut the left arm in front of your face and then lift it up and over the ear and lean back. So you're spinning the pinky of your left hand down, spinning the left thumb up towards the ceiling and getting this twist and lift in the chest. Reverse it on your inhale, straighten the right leg, go way up and back. And then triangle pose, so split the arms open. You might heel toe the left foot in 1 or 2 times. On your left hand, you lean forwards, this left hip goes back. Right hand to a block or to your ankle, left arm straight up. We're thinking of twisting the right ribs up towards the ceiling. Lift back up, warrior two, bend the right knee. Flying warrior, inhale, turn your right toes in, straighten the right leg. Warrior two to the back, bend the left knee. Fly up, inhale, palms press. Hinge at the waist, exhale, fold all the way down, fold forwards. Yogi's choice here, I'll give you a couple of breaths to do your thing in your straddle forward fold. So that could mean just hanging out here, letting the head hang. It could mean binding at the low back, maybe taking a few twists or a few skandhasanas or even a headstand. You'll make your way back to your straddle forward fold. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, crawl your hands to the top of the mat. You're in a lizard lunge, hands inside the right foot. So wiggle the right foot all the way to the edge of your mat. Tap your left knee down. Untuck the toes. Left hand to the floor to a block. Right arm either to the inside of the right knee, pushes it away, or the right arm reaches back and grabs the left foot for a twisted quad stretch. Slowly release the quad stretch, both hands back inside the right foot. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee back up, look forwards. You're going to step forwards to a wide forward fold, left foot outside the left hand, so really wide forward fold. On your inhale, press your palms together, reach your hands forwards, half malasana, so bending your knees like a little squat here. On your exhale, straighten the legs, slice your arms between the legs. Half malasana, again, inhale, bend the knees, press the palms forwards. Good, exhale. One more, inhale, it's like a really wide chair pose. Exhale, slice the air behind you. This time you're gonna stand all the way up through bent knees, so bend the knees, sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale, full malasana, turn your heels in, sink the hips down, my feet are a little wide, so I'm gonna bring them closer together. So you're using your elbows to push the knees apart, and then as you push, your chest lifts, really long in the spine. Take a breath in. Breath out, let your hips come down, boat pose, hands and arms forwards, legs forwards. Inhale, lower to hover, straighten the legs. Exhale, lift back up, boat pose. 4 more times, inhale. Exhale to lift. 3 more, inhale. Exhale, pull the belly down. Inhale, lower. Exhale, you lift. We've got just one more. Take it, inhale. Exhale, lift. Hug your knees in, come onto your back. Rock a little bit side to side. And then we're gonna rock and roll here. So hug the knees in, kick the heels in towards the butt, and just start rocking and rolling a few times up and down the mat. Coming into a forward fold. Can you come into forward fold without using your hands? Harder than it looks. All right, so we're going to work on crow pose today. We're going to do crow pose, I think, 4 times, maybe more. So I will show you the first time with a modification. So I want you to grab your blocks or your books or whatever you're using for a block replacement. If you don't have anything, don't worry about it. This is an optional modification. If you're new to crow pose, this is what I want you to do. Take the block in the middle of your mat, and you're going to step on the block. So you'll have your toes together, heels apart. Second option, and again, I realize that some of you might not be able to work this with whatever you have, but follow along. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, don't worry. You'll take a second block at the top of your mat. So what this is for, and you may not even need this, this is for your head. So if you've never done crow pose before, maybe you're a little bit nervous about your forehead smashing onto the floor, you can use a block. You could also actually grab a nice big stack of pillows and use that instead. So again, this is the first time we'll do crow pose of 4 times. You've got a bunch of times to practice this, but let's step up on the block. So feet are together, and then you take your hands to the floor, squeeze the knees outside the triceps, actively squeeze them in, push the hands down, look forwards. As you shift forwards, notice how my elbows start to bend, so it's like chaturanga. Shift forwards, you might tap your head down on the pillows or on the block so your head is supported, and then you can kind of, if you shift forwards to enough, do a little dance with your toes, play with lifting them off the block. We'll do that a few times, and then you'll come to a forward fold and you'll set your props aside, whatever it is you're using. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms, find your way back to down dog. You might take or skip the chaturanga, up to you. Second side, left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, really lift that left knee up and open, but try not to lean too far into the right shoulder. And then a few really big hip circles moving in both directions. And then lift the left knee up and open. Exhale, left knee outside the left tricep. Here's our crow pose right here on the left side. Straighten the left leg up and back. Knee into the nose. Push the ground away. Can you lift the knee in even more? Shoot it back, inhale. Left knee outside left tricep. Last one, inhale. Knee into the nose. Exhale, round the spine. Gently step forwards to a runner's lunge. Take a breath in. Breath out, twist, left arm straight up. Inhale. Exhale, we'll curl the left arm underneath the left leg. It's like you're trying to wrap the arm around your body. Inhale to your twist, left arm up. Exhale, round, think of cat pose. One more, inhale. Exhale, round, can you use your belly to lift? Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left hand inside the left foot, right hand spins, or right heel spins down, right arm lifts you up and open, warrior 2. Catch your breath. Reverse it, inhale. Side angle is your exhale, left elbow, left thigh. Right arm cuts across over your face, lifts up and open, spinning your right chest up towards the ceiling, looking under the right arm. The right pinky spins down towards the floor and the left thumb spins up to face the ceiling. So find that lift, that twist of the chest. Reverse it, straighten the left leg as you tilt up and back. And then triangle pose, so come up to your arms with the T open. Heel toe the right foot 1 or 2 steps closer. Lean forwards, right hip back. Left hand down to your ankle or to your shin. And then right arm straight up to the sky. Lift back up, warrior 2. Flying warrior, inhale, left toes in, palms up. Warrior 2, right, bend into the right knee. Flying again, palms up. Hinge at the waist, fold all the way down. And again, you've got a couple of breaths, just a moment here. Yogi's choice, fold forwards if you want a bind or a twist. Skandhasanas, do your thing. We'll start to find our way back to our fold. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, crawl your hands forwards, lizard lunge. So wiggle your left foot to the outside edge of the mat, tap the right knee all the way down. Either left hand inside left knee, or left hand reaches back for the right foot. If the foot is just out of reach, you might take your right hand on the block. That'll help you lift up higher. And also play with taking your right knee on a block to lift you up higher. Release what you've got. Take your hands inside the left foot. Lift the right knee, lizard lunge. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, wide forward fold, step forwards. Same thing we did before. On your inhale, press your palms together, bend the knees. It's like a wide chair pose. Exhale, slice the air between the legs. 2 more. Inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, step it back. Last one, inhale. Straighten the legs, exhale. This time through bent knees, inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart, malasana. Sink the hips all the way down. Adjust your feet if you need to. So what I don't want to see is this like really heavy, rounded forward shape. I'd like you to press your feet into the ground and allow that to lift your hips a little bit. So almost like you were about to stand up again, and then lengthening the spine. Breath in, breath out, hips down, right into our boat pose, Navasana. Doing it again. Inhale to lower. This time, exhale as you lift, pull the knees in. You can use your hands or not. Inhale to lower. Exhale, pull the knees into your belly. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Is this the last one? I forget. Let's do 2 more. Pull it in. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, lift, hug the knees in and come all the way onto your back. And we'll rock and roll a few times. Up and down. Eventually come into a forward fold at the top of the mat. Maybe you don't use your hands. So we're gonna do crow pose a second time here. And this time we're a little bit more even since we've done both sides. So it's up to you how you wanna set it up. If you liked using those props before to assist you, set it up that way again. I've got a couple of tips for you this time though that I want you all to think about. So first tip, or let's talk through the setup. So you want your toes together, heels apart. Toes together, heels apart. I don't know if you can see that. My hands go, this looks like a little over a foot in front of my toes. Knees squeeze in, that's really important. Knees have to squeeze in really tight, so you're making this little ball shape, and you're thinking of a cat pose, so this rounding. And notice how my belly goes back when I round. So my belly is pulling in really tight, and it's lifting up towards the ceiling. So I take my hands down, knees squeeze in outside the triceps. Really important, look forwards. Because if you look back, what happens? I wind up somersaulting. Don't look back, don't look down, look where you're going. You're moving forwards. Generally, most of us need to move further forwards than we think we have to in crow pose. So if you get a little scared and then you get stuck, keep going forwards. So my hands are down, squeeze the knees in, lift my hips up just a little bit, shift forwards. I'm rounding my spine like cat pose. I shift as far forwards as I can go, and eventually my toes just kind of start to dangle, and that's when I hug the heels in. I'm looking forwards, looking forwards. I think some of you here were at my Bakasana Like a Boss workshop a few weeks ago before all this started. So we're practicing those skills today. We'll forward fold at the top of the mat once we're done. And then lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold. Press your palms, find your way back to down dog, however you want to get there. Chaturanga or skip it. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Take a breath in. Right knee, right tricep, squeeze it in. This is just like crow pose. Right leg goes up and back. Right knee into your chest. Also like crow pose, round the spine. Step forwards. Runner's lunge, take a breath in. Breath out, twist, right arm up. Inhale. One time, exhale, we curl the right arm underneath. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Listen, right hand inside the right foot. Spin the left heel down, side angle pose, right into side angle. So lean back, roll the left shoulder open. Right hand is on the floor or fingertips are tended, or you could grab your block and take your right hand on the block. Reach those left fingers. Again, left pinky spins down, thumb spins up. So you're finding that rotation. Reverse, go all the way up and back, straighten the right leg. And then triangle pose. Lengthening the right side of your waist as you come down. This time, hover the right hand, reach it forwards. Good. Lift all the way up, flying warrior, right up to flying, right toes turn in. To the back, warrior two. Flying, inhale. This time, goddess pose, hands to heart, turn your heels in, toes out, bend the knees. And then I like to move a little bit here. It helps me get into my hips, swaying a little bit side to side. Try not to lean forwards, try to lift the chest. Hips stay under the shoulders. Push through the heels, stand all the way up, inhale. Toes in, heels out, dive it down, exhale. Crawl your hands forwards to lizard lunge, hands inside the right foot. Now, this is where I get mad at myself for including things in the sequence that I personally hate doing in yoga class, because now I have to do it with you. So press your hands down. You're in a lizard lunge, make sure the left knee is lifted. We're gonna jump switch the leg, so left foot goes forwards. Can you push into your hands and use your belly to lift? We'll do it one more time. Right leg forwards. Good. Fun, right? Take an inhale, look forwards. Exhale, left foot outside, left hand, right into Malasana this time. Full Malasana, so bend the knees. Keep the hips buoyant. Try not to get really heavy here. Lift the hips up. Take an inhale. Just like we did before, exhale, slice the air as you straighten the legs. Bend the knees, stand all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, back to Malasana. Breath in. Breath out, hips down, boat pose, Navasana. 5 more times, a little bit different this time. So inhale, you'll lower to hover. This time, exhale, find Malasana in the legs as you lift. So split the knees open, reach your hands. 4 more, inhale to lower. Exhale, lift. Can you squeeze the knees into the triceps? What does this look like? Crow pose. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, that's 3. Inhale. Exhale for 2. 1 more, inhale. Exhale to lift. And then hug your knees in, come onto your back. Find the rock and roll, up and back. Maybe you can hop forwards without using your hands. Forward fold. That's halfway inhale. Exhale, fold. Stand all the way up, arms rise, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, we're gonna do crow pose a third time. So if you wanna use the blocks, the props, whatever you're using, set that up. But I am gonna cue you into it a slightly different way. One more thing to think about here is chaturanga arms. So the foundation of all arm balances, especially crow pose, is chaturanga. So what do I not wanna see? Is this, call them chicken wing arms. So in chaturanga, you always hug the triceps in. So when you're working on crow pose, it's really important, avoid letting these come out because it makes the pose less stable. So we'll start standing, but set up your props if you want to use them. Chair pose. Toes together, heels apart. So just like crow pose in the feet. If you want to stand up on a block, stand up on it now, just like we did before. Take an inhale. Exhale, sweep your hands back, reach the chest forwards. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sweep back. Last one, inhale. Exhale, lean forwards, heart forwards, hands go back. Now, keep your chest reaching forwards, take your hands to the floor. Setting up your crow pose this way, heart goes forwards, knees outside the triceps, look forwards, shift further forwards than you want to. Keep the elbows in. Once the toes lift, the heels hug in. Option to hop back to chaturanga. You push into the floor, lift your hips higher, and then shoot the legs back. We'll meet in downward facing dog. So a lot to think about here in crow pose. Nice, Tracy. All right, we got second side. Let's do this. Left leg up. Left knee bends, hip opens. Inhale. Left knee, left tricep. Good chance to practice that crow pose sensation here. Up and back, inhale. Step it forwards, exhale. Runner's lunge, breath in. Twist, breath out, left arm up. Inhale. Exhale, curl and round. Sweep the left arm under. Twist it up, inhale. Right into side angle, left hand inside the left foot. Right heel spins down. Right arm lifts up and over the ear. And think of leaning back. I'm gonna grab my block for my left hand. So as you reach the spine forwards, you're also twisting the chest up and open. Reverse it, inhale, straighten the left leg. Triangle pose is your exhale. Left side of the waist lengthens. Left arm hovers, reach it forwards. So using your core. Flying warrior, lift all the way up, left toes turn in. Warrior 2 to the back. Fly up, inhale. Hands to heart, goddess pose, heels in, toes out. This time, take your hands to your thighs. Your fingertips will face down. Good, on your inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, dip the left shoulder down, look to the right. Inhale through center, right shoulder dips. 2 more, inhale. Left shoulder. Inhale, lift, last one. Right shoulder dips. Inhale, come through center. Pause here, hands to heart center, sit a little bit lower. Can you push through the heels? Inhale, stand up. Exhale, fold forwards as you turn your heels in. And then crawl your hands to the back of the mat. You're in a lizard lunge. So we're gonna switch the legs again. I'd like you to think about, as you switch, lifting your hips up with your low belly and pushing the ground down. So you're almost pushing your hips into that curled shape. Press your hands down, look forward, switch right foot forwards. 1 more, left foot forwards. Look forwards. Valasana, step forwards. Get lighter in the hips. Take an inhale. Exhale, straighten the legs, slice the hands back. Malasana, inhale. Good, stay here on your, do one more time on your exhale. Stand all the way up, sweep the arms up. Almost forgot this part. Exhale right back to Malasana. Take an inhale. You know it, Navasana. Last time we do this, last time. Inhale to hover. Exhale, find Malasana in the legs. So split the knees open, reach between your knees. 4 more, inhale. Exhale, lift. Really focus on your core, lower. Exhale, use your belly to lift. 2 more, inhale. You can do this, exhale. 1 more, inhale. And exhale. Hug your knees in, come onto your back. So eventually you're going to rock up and do crow pose 1 more time. If you feel really confident in your jump back from crow, as you rock up and down the mat, you could rock forwards to forward fold and immediately come into crow and shoot your legs back. You would do that on your own. Otherwise, we're going to work together on 1 last crow pose. So rocking forwards, coming to a forward fold. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold. Stand up, arms rise. Hands to heart. Chair pose, last chair pose, big toes touch. Take a breath in. Sweep your hands back, reach the heart forwards. Inhale to reach. Exhale, sweep it back. Forwards momentum. Inhale, lift. Last one, exhale, sweep it back. Lean forwards, pick up the heels here. So we're right in this crow pose shape. Keep the heart going forwards. Take your hands down, split the knees open. Keep looking forwards. Squeeze the knees in, shift forwards, lift the belly. Hug the elbows in tight. Crow pose. Heels pull into the butt, use your hamstrings. Maybe the legs shoot back to chaturanga. We'll meet in downward dog. And then tap your knees down. I think we could all use some water, use a break. When I come to a forward fold, top of your mat, just do a very short little standing sequence to open the hips a little bit more. Come all the way up to standing, you can round your way up. Lift your right leg, cross the right leg over the left. Left arm goes under. Right leg over, left arm under. So we're in an eagle, and then sit a little bit lower. And then try to lift your shoulders up over the hips. So try not to lean forwards, shoulders stack over the hips, and then scoop the low back down, the tailbone down. Take a breath in. Breath out, round elbows into your belly. 1 more, inhale, lift. Exhale, round. This time as you lift, you're gonna bust it open to half moon, so spin everything open. Take up space, right arm rises, right leg shoots back, lift the chest. Option for a Chapasana, bending the right knee, grabbing the right ankle. It's like a quad stretch here. We'll land in a standing split, so right arm over the ear, fold over the left leg. If you are a handstand person, if you want to hop a little bit, now's a good time to do that, especially if you're near your wall. And then we'll forward fold, right foot meets the left. Folding forwards. Very last side, round your way up to standing. And then lift the left leg up. Cross the left leg over, left arm under. Left leg over, left arm under. So opposite arm, opposite leg. Try not to stick the butt out. Try to lower the tailbone down and lift this belly up and in. It's the same action as crow pose. Stack the shoulders over the hips. Take a breath in. Just 2 times. Exhale very slowly. Round your elbows into your belly. Lift the chest. Inhale. One more exhale round. Good. This time as we inhale, lift up, bust the arms open, half moon, send the left leg back, take up space. Feels really good to be big, to be wide here after that eagle. Maybe there's a Chapasana, bending the left knee, pulling that left heel in. And then standing split, left arm over your ear, fold over the right leg. Again, maybe handstand hops if that's your thing. Now step your left foot forward to meet the right. You could definitely do one more crow pose if you want. Otherwise, flip your palms face up and slide your hands under your feet. And bend your knees so you can walk your toes up to your wrists. And then you'll wiggle the toes around, giving your wrists a massage. Nod your head, yes, no. Let your neck relax. And then release your hands, lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms and just step back to a plank pose. And then gently lower onto your belly, resisting the floor. We're going to take a couple of back bends on the belly today. Reach your hands to the low back, interlace the fingers. If this does not work for you, you might have a strap or a t-shirt or a towel or something, a blanket nearby that you can hold on to. You could also simply just reach your hands back and push the palms together. If you got the clasp of your hands, for locust pose, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Lift the chest, reach your hands towards the back of the mat. Keeping the neck long, so looking down the nose and lowering the shoulders away from the ears. Maybe you float the legs up. One more breath in. And breath out, release it. Take your left cheek down, unwind the hands. Second locust pose. Reach your hands back, interlace your fingers, make sure the opposite thumb is on top. And then same thing, roll your shoulders up, back, and down, stretch the heart forwards. Look down the nose. Maybe you add the legs. Allowing the back body to lift as you stretch the toes back, the heart forwards. One more inhale. Exhale, right cheek down, release the hands. You might sway your hips side to side. We're going to do one more back bend on the belly. You will either repeat locust pose a second time, or we'll take bow pose. So first step, reaching your hands back, kick the heels in. So just like crow pose, hug the heels in towards the backs of the legs, feel the hamstrings engage. And then you'll lift your chest up like locust pose and then try to grab your ankles at once. So both of them at once. And then once you've got them, you'll kick into your hands. Lifting the chest. Heart goes forwards, shoulders open. Keep the gaze down your nose, so back of the neck is long. One more inhale. And exhale, let it go. Sway your shins side to side. And then take your hands to the floor and just flip over like a pancake onto your back. And you'll want to grab 2 blocks. 2 blocks or 2 pillows, and I'm going to give you 2 options for a supported back bend here. So your 2 options, either you will be opening the chest a little bit more, or you'll be opening the front of the hips a little bit more. So just think about which one you'd rather do, and I will show you both options. The first option for the hips, you'll take the block or a pillow, a stack of pillows, and you'll set up a bridge pose, and you'll place the block under the back, under the low back. So right at the sacrum, bottom of the spine, and this will support your hips. You might straighten the legs forwards. Second option, If you're feeling like you want a little more shoulder opening and a little heart lifting, that'll be a fish pose. So you'll take your 2 blocks, and I'll show you the option with pillows in just a moment. One of the blocks will go the narrow width. It'll start right about where your bra strap is, the upper middle back. You'll lean back on it. The second block will go under your head. If all you have is pillows, you fold it in half and you create this same long shape with the pillow. And you'll need 2. So the second one goes to the head. And I'll show you here with mine. So I create this long shape. I lay back on it. And notice where I'm gonna have it start. It's right up where the bottom of my bra is, roughly. And I lean back, and I let the second pillow support my head. So the idea is that the pillow or the block supports the middle of your back so your shoulders can round open. If you're in this shape, you might also take Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, or you could straighten your legs. So we'll hang out here in a supported back bend, restorative back bend of your choice. You might close your eyes. And if at any point you're thinking like you really would rather be in a more active back bend, bridge or wheel pose, you're welcome to do those on your own, coming off of your props. And taking 1 or 2 bridges or wheels on your own time, following your own breath. If you'd like to stay in your supported back bend for the rest of class, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, if you're ready to come out, you'll gently come off of your blocks or your pillows, set them aside. You'll hug your knees into your chest. You might rock a little bit side to side. And then let both of your knees fall to the right. Both knees fall together to the right and your left arm opens wide. If you'd like a deeper twist variation, the right leg can be straight, the left knee bent. And then come back to center. You'll set it up the second way. So either both knees together or the right leg straightens. And you'll let your knees fall to the left. And let your right shoulder soften. Come back to center. Plant your feet on the floor. Just sway the knees side to side a few times. Then you'll straighten your legs forwards. You might get up and turn off the light or take a blanket or a shirt or something and place it over your eyes. Let your body get a little bit heavier. If you're listening to my playlist, make sure it's on the last song. It's the Shavasana song. Take a big inhale through your nose all the way up and in. And exhale, let it go. Getting softer, getting heavier, and letting your body relax into Shavasana. Begin to lengthen your breath, bringing your awareness back into your body. Start moving your fingers and toes. And drag your feet to the floor. Hug your knees into your chest. And reach your right arm up over your ear. Let it come down to the floor. And let both knees fall to the right. And using your right arm as a pillow, just let your head rest, just curling up onto your side for a moment. And as you're ready, you'll gently press your way up to a seat, either keeping your eyes closed or just a soft gaze towards the floor. Holding on to this moment of calm, this moment of peace for a little bit longer. And once you find your way to a seat, you'll bring your palms together at the center of your chest. Just let your thumbs rest against the heart. And before you leave and continue on with your day, just notice right now in this moment how you feel, what's going through your mind. How does your body feel? What, if anything, has shifted since the start of our yoga practice together? Is there anything that you're feeling now that you might be able to hold on to for the rest of the day? Some sense of body awareness, mental, emotional awareness, maybe some peace, some presence. Lift your thumbs up to the center of the forehead. And we will bow to each other in gratitude for this collective practice and say, Namaste. Thank you guys. That was really fun. Please reach out if you want to chat, have questions. You've got my email. You can find me on Instagram. That's where I'm spending about 10 hours a day now. So always there. Yeah, hope to see you on Saturday or Sunday or next week.
Thank you.
Bye. Have a good one.
Thank you.